What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darium's Competitive Pokemon. Going to be playing a game on PTCGO. This is going to be the last game that I play with the breakthrough through Shining Legends format. Starting tomorrow, or I guess at the time of you all watching this will be today, starting November 3rd, Crimson Invasion is going to be legal on PTCGO. At least that's what I read in that update that I just did on PTCGO. So that's what they're saying, so that's pretty cool. So that means that I'm going to get to start playing Crimson Invasion decks for you all on PTCGO starting tomorrow. I'm super stoked about that. Can't wait to get all my codes inputted and get these new cards, new GX Pokemon out here and rolling for you all to see in action. As a send-off for this kind of short-lived format, I guess this is going to be the competitive format for the next 3 weeks until I think the third Friday of the month is when a new set becomes legal. So on the third Friday of November, Crimson Invasion will become legal. And so between now and then, Shining Legends through Breakthrough is going to be the competitive format for tournament play. So looks like I'm playing against Greninja here. This should be another opportunity for me to see if I can finally get this deck. Of course, I am not playing the Giratina promo. We just were planning on trying to beat Greninja the old-fashioned way. So let's see if we can get it done this time. I've been very close to beating Greninja in the past with Ninetales. This matchup gets extremely good if you play that Giratina promo. And my opponent ended me into a much, much better hand. So this is fantastic. I'm just going to start off with a turn 1 Bridget. Going to get a Zorua, a Tapu Koko, and let's see what else. A Zorua, a Tapu Koko, and I think probably another Zorua. Let's see. It's just a weird situation. I definitely want to go in with Ninetales. So I think let's just get them then. And we'll just end up using like one Mind Jack Zoroark throughout the game. We're going to definitely want to get Tapu Koko up there. So let's just select these 3 then. And then I can attach a DCE to my Tapu Koko. I think that's the correct play. And then I'm just going to try and flying flip a lot. That, or I could go in with a Alolan. I could go in with an Alolan Ninetales GX and try to Ice Blade a lot, but I think that I probably want to just flying flip at least one time so that then I can just have a guaranteed knockout because I only do 160 damage. So I think that is going to be the play here. So let's go ahead and attach that DCE and then Beacon. And I want to Beacon for a stand-in Zoroark and another and a Ninetales GX. So we're going to get both of these. Still have an Ultra Ball for next turn if I decide that I need to use it. I could Tapu Lele for a Guzma or something just to guarantee get this Vulpix out of the active next turn, or bring up some sort of target that my opponent puts on the bench. They may end up ending me though. I might not even get to keep these cards, so we will see. Expecting an incoming Water Duplicates from my opponent. It would be quite the event if they were not able to get a Water Duplicates off. But I will see my stand-in Zoroark should do some work. Rare Candy, are they getting a turn 2 Greninja? Wow. Okay. So that's pretty aggressive. Maybe they're not going for the Water Duplicates. I'm shocked. Okay, they did not go for the Water Duplicates whatsoever. So that's interesting. They did not even give me an opportunity to go in with stand-in. I can't just knock them out with stand-in either. They know I got that, so their bench is pretty small. But I think that this actually like kind of gives me a better shot at being able to win the game, actually, if they don't Water Duplicates here, because they pretty much set themselves back a turn. So I am going to go and grab this Alolan Ninetales here, and it's very possible that I could get the knockout. I could hit a couple of Aqua Patch. I mean, that's what I would have to do. So let's get both of these evolved up. I can slap a DCE onto my benched Ninetales, and then just Sycamore here and hope maybe I get some Aqua Patches. I got one Aqua Patch, so that is it. Looks like we're going to Flying Flip Town, and that is just fine. Let's put a water here on my bench Ninetales, and we are going to, I guess I technically should have probably Brooklet Hilled before the Sycamore if you want to be absolutely correct about that play. Should have probably Brooklet Hilled for the Vulpix. just to increase my odds of hitting 2 Aqua Patch, but that is fine. And then let's just go ahead and Flying Flip. I could put the other Tapu Koko down, but I want to save that space just in case I end up needing, an extra space to use Tapu Lele or something. I don't know. But then on the other hand, I could put the Tapu Koko down because my opponent's probably going to start Shadow Stitching next turn in combination with Water Shuriken. And I just want to have a free retreater down just in case I need it. So I think I will put it down. There's no point in hanging on to these choice bands pretty much because I don't think that my opponent is going to give me an EX or GX anytime soon. So I'm just going to play those down to get those out of my hands as well, just because I don't want them. So next turn, my opponent's going to evolve up into a break. Since I was able to get a Flying Flip off, I'm going to be able to knock that thing out with Blizzard Edge. I don't really mind that choice band getting discarded, like I said, just because I play 4 of them. It doesn't really affect me much. My opponent is able to get a clean Froakie down, so I think I'm going to have to Flying Flip one more time. I want to knock all of these potential Greninja breaks down to the 150 range, just so I can knock them out. Oh, and my opponent has a bad hand. Let's go. All right. Of course, the next card was an Aqua Patch. I was looking for 2 Aqua Patch, but that's fine. My opponent is not going to get the N. I'm not going to give that to them. But I wonder if no, I definitely take the knockout here. Let's just go in with that. And then the following turn, if I need to, I could just go in and retreat back and continue using Flying Flip. But I definitely want to get this Greninja out. That's definitely the correct play here. And my opponent scoops. So that was a quick one. Let's see if we can roll ourselves another. Y'all get to see that in action. Let's go for a game number 2, guys. All right, Ninetales Zoroark, one more time. I don't feel like doing that intro again. Plus, we just stunted on an opponent, and, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead, roll into game number 2, see what we get paired up against. We've got something with Water, Psychic, and Grass. Should be interesting here for my Ninetales Zoroark list. Let me know what you guys think, by the way, of Ninetales Zoroark GX in the comments below. Do you like the deck? You think it's good? Also, make sure to check me out on Twitter. I've started shouting out my Twitter. I'm trying to do more on Twitter lately just because it is the quickest and easiest way for me to share information with everybody. If I see a deck list I like, I could just tweet it out instantly. So I am starting to really prefer Twitter over other forms of social media just for, kind of just spouting information out there into the world. And also, you guys can tweet at me. I don't have time to necessarily respond to everybody. I do my best, though, and respond when I can. But if you guys have any questions, things like that, decks you want to see, suggestions, or just want to say, hey, feel free to follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is enjoyfriend, ENJOI friend. You can see it. I'll put it in the description below. I've been putting it in the description some. But I really appreciate all the follows. Thank you guys for checking that out. Looks like I'm playing against some sort of Crawdaunt deck here. Or Crawlitzer? Not a Crawdaunt. Crawlitzer deck. And also Alolan Ninetales. So this should be pretty interesting. Let's see what we get. I don't necessarily want to commit any of these water energies. I don't think necessarily putting that Espeon GX down right away is super good. Oh, let's go ahead and use that, and we can attach a water energy to my Vulpix. How about that? How about that? That sounds great. Then the Float Stone, don't really need to put that anywhere yet. The Choice Band, I'm not really feeling like I need to play any of these cards yet. We could definitely save our resources. Let's just go ahead and end. We've got a pretty good setup here. I really wish that I had maybe drawn into another basic Pokemon, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I don't really want a beacon just in case that Vulpix gets knocked out. I also want to keep it on the bench just so that I can Aqua Patch it next turn, especially if I Sycamore these 3 waters. So let's just go ahead and pass with the Flying Flipper himself active and see what in the world kind of a deck my opponent is trying to construct here. At least they have some very nice cards. Dang, look at that Ultra Ball. Dang, man. So, got the Clauncher here, the Clauncher. Okay, we've got a lot of interesting stuff in this deck. My opponent's got some Warp Energy going on. And what? Remoraid. They've got a Mewtwo. They've got a Mewtwo in here. Come on now. I think I know what my opponent is playing now. I think that they are playing Clawlitzer, and I suspect that they are playing the Clawlitzer that accelerates energy. There's a Clawlitzer that accelerates special energy. You can attach like special energy to your Mega Pokemon or something like that. So maybe my opponent is trying. Are they getting some use out of Warp Energy here? Are they going to be able to switch that? No, they're not. Yeah, I think you have to switch it to your active position. So, yeah, Warp Energy, what provides a basic colorless energy. I can't read it. I want to read Warp Energy. Pretty sure I got one around here in the studio somewhere. But, anyways, let's see. Show me what that Warp Energy does. When you attach this card from your hand to your active Pokemon, you can switch it to your bench. So my opponent could have attached it to their Clauncher, but they're not going to do that because they, probably won't attack with that thing. Pretty sure they're just using it for the Clawlitzer. So let's see what we got here. My opponent's really messing with my jam by Guzmaing that thing out because I definitely wanted to be able to Aqua Patch to that this turn. My opponent got a couple of things off of that. They got a couple of things off of that beacon. I could end this all back in, but I think getting some energy in the discard pile would be pretty cool. So I don't necessarily mind that. I think I'm just going to Sycamore this hand just to be a little more aggressive. The hand that they're sitting on is not like totally awesome. And you could tell because they got the Lele off of the beacon. So that means they don't even have a supporter. So if I were to give them a new hand, it might actually be worse than what they already had. Or it might actually be better than the hand they have right now, since they only have 4 cards in hand. I know one of them's a Lele, so let's just do that. We can evolve here. I think this turn I am just going to go in with a good old Flying Flip, get that energy in the discard pile. We're going to Aqua Patch right on back to our Ninetales. And then next, I think I'm going to Ultra Ball as well, start to get that Zora out, and just leave ourselves with a 1-card hand as the Sycamore. So now I'm going to start applying some pressure here with Flying Flip. You can see my opponent's Brooklet Hill is really doing me a lot of favors here, just allowing me to get these Vulpixes out into play, even though I have not actually had to Ultra Ball for any of them yet. So thank you for that Brooklet Hill. Appreciate it. But I am interested to see what kind of deck my opponent gets up and rolling. I actually was testing this deck too. Like when Clawlitzer and Mega Mewtwo first came out, this is the first Mega Mewtwo deck I built. I didn't build Mega Mewtwo Garbodor like the good version. I built Mega Mewtwo Clawlitzer, and I was accelerating double colorless energy, and I had some rainbow energies in there too, and I was just really accelerating all that fun stuff onto my Mega Mewtwo's, and the deck was okay. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it was definitely outclassed by the Mega Mewtwo Garbodor deck that just used good old Mega Turbos. But now that we are in a format where Mega Turbo is awkwardly rotated, but Mega Mewtwo still exists, we have this kind of weird situation where maybe Clawlitzer is a valid accelerating option for Mega Mewtwo. For anybody who is trying to play a Mega Mewtwo deck. I've seen a couple of different kinds of things for Mega Mewtwo decks. I've seen, Kiawe Mega Mewtwo. I've seen people try to use Max Elixirs on Mega Mewtwo, but I'm not going to lie, I have not seen Clawlitzer Mega Mewtwo, not since I built it, over a year ago. And it wasn't very good back then. However, maybe... I don't know. It just seems like you're probably Mega Gardevoir is probably just a better deck. Why don't you just... There he is, Clawlitzer with a Mega Boost. Once during your turn before you attack, you could attach a special energy card from your hand to one of your Mega Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. I always thought that Clawlitzer was just a, I thought he had potential when he first got revealed. I thought this card had potential. And sure enough, it didn't amount to anything. So, I don't know. At least it's fun to see it here. My opponent, I don't think they... Oh, they are going to get to Mega Boost. Here we go. Yep, accelerating that rainbow energy. Now, why did they... Because they discarded a double colorless off that Ultra Ball. Why did they accelerate the rainbow instead of accelerating the other double colorless? Because then they could have 2 double colorless on, and that would be pretty cool. I'm really stoked right now that I have this bench Tapu Koko with the free retreat, because that is going to be great for being able to pull off a Ninetales play here. If I can find myself a choice band, I can knock this thing out. But I'm going to need a couple cards. I'm going to need a choice band, I'm going to need an energy, and I'm going to need an Aqua Patch. So here we go. Let's let them rip. If we get ourselves a Zoroark, we can draw a couple more cards. Yikes. All right, we got the choice band, we've got the Ultra Ball, and we've got the DCE. But I did not get the Aqua Patch. So I'm going to need to attempt to trade to see if we could trade for another. Oh boy, let's see. Oh, don't mess this up. Let's see. Can I knock it out the old-fashioned way? Yep, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 19. Oh, guess what? No, did I prize him? Oh, where is he? No, don't tell me I prized him. I prized. Oh no, I prized my stand-in Zoroark. Or did I have to discard him already? No, I prized him. Why are you prized? You see how good that would have been? That was almost very good. It was almost very good, but not quite. So let's see. I am going to evolve this here. That would have been great if I could have just stand in and taken the knockout that way. I really would have loved that. And I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to trade the Ninetales GX for 2 cards. If we don't get the Aqua Patch, then I'm just going to go in with Flying Flip one more time and just kind of, play the matchup a little bit slower. We can just do that. So let's go ahead and trade. I'm going to trade that Ninetales GX, see what we get. We did not get, we didn't get it. All right, so that means that we are going to have to figure out another play. I think I am just going to go in with a Flying Flip this turn. I think I'll keep my choice band in hand. I don't know, but it is guaranteed damage on my opponent's Mewtwo if I hit it with the choice band and Flying Flip. So I think I'll slap that down. And we're just going to go for that play. I could rescue Stretcher, get the other Alolan Ninetales back. I don't necessarily mind that, but I can wait till next turn to do that. So oh gosh, it is a little awkward just because if my opponent knocks this out, I don't actually have a free retreater, so that's really bad. Because I discarded that Float Stone too. So I don't have a free retreater to go into, and I don't have any attacker built up for next turn. I don't like that at all. But anyways, hey, let's go. We got to go. We got to make a play. So let's Flying Flip. I don't like this. Just a weird situation I got myself into here without the free retreater. Maybe I shouldn't have benched that Zorua. Maybe I should have just rescue Stretchered for my other Tapu Koko back just so that I could have that guaranteed free retreat. I'm not exactly sure where this is going to lead me because my opponent does not have another Mewtwo set up. So I don't probably need to worry all that much, but I do need to figure something out. I can take the knockout with this Zoroark GX. So that is an option. So that's pretty cool. If I can find a double colorless, which at this point I have already gotten rid of 2, which is frustrating, then I can take the knockout with Zoroark GX. I could promote Zoroark GX, rescue Stretcher, probably the Tapu Koko back, and then, try to do a Righteous Beating for knockout. I'm going to do 120 damage, which is not, let's see, they got 90 on them, so that would be enough. I don't need the choice band or anything. I just need the double colorless energy. And of course, there are some Aqua Patches, so that's pretty cool, but I'm going to need something else here. I'm going to need a double colorless energy. Not exactly sure who I promote. It's a super weird situation. I think I promote maybe a Vulpix. I mean, if I promote a Vulpix, I can attach a water there, Aqua Patch, and then I need to find one more Aqua Patch in order to take the knockout with the Ninetales. I think maybe I just promote the Zoroark GX, and we're just gonna go for the DCE and see how that works out. I think we just try to draw as aggressively as we possibly can and just hope we find that double colorless. We only got 17 cards left in deck. Let's see here. It's Ultra Ball, way 2 waters. And what? Do we have 1 or 2 DC? We got 2 double colorless in deck. So that is that. We're going to end up being able to use Trade and Sycamore. So we're going to be able to churn through a bunch of cards this turn in order to try and find that. Let's Ultra Ball for an Alolan I could get a second Zoroark, and that way I could trade twice, and that way I'm really, like, definitely not going to whiff it. You would think. I mean, you would think, right? So let's do that. And then let's Brooklet Hill. I don't really need to get anything. I can't get anything, so we're cool. Let's Aqua Patch onto our benched Alolan Ninetales. And then I think, what, do I Sycamore or do I end and then trade twice? I think I probably end my opponent just because, what, how many ends do I have? I have 2 ends in the discard pile already. I have 2 Sycamore in the discard pile already. But at this point, I do just have like a lot of, draw with both these Zoroark GX out. I would be wasting this water that I don't necessarily need to discard. I think probably end should be relatively safe since I'm ending to 6. I think I could be a little more conservative there. And I was right, so that's cool. We got it off the end. That is good. I slap the double colorless there. I can evolve one of these bench Ninetales into that guy. And then I'm pretty confident just being able to Aqua Patch, I think, onto this Alolan Ninetales here, just so I have that option to promote it. And then I do need to slap down this Espeon, but I think I'd rather, let's just trade real quick and see if we get someone slightly better. If I get that like rescue stretcher back, that would be super good. I did not. I could trade one more time, but at this point, like what, I could trade the water energy, see if I get it, but I think that's probably just being a little greedy. So let's just slap that down, and then I'll just hang on to these resources here. I think I will Aqua Patch onto my benched Ninetales GX, just so we have that. And let's just go ahead and Righteous Beating. So we'll take the knockout on that Mewtwo, on that pesky Mewtwo, finally. And we got a Field Blower and our stand-in Zoroark. So unfortunately, we do not have the other Zoroark for me to evolve into. I really was looking for him earlier. He would have taken that sweet knockout on the Mewtwo. But my opponent has left themselves in an odd position where they don't really have a backup attacker. So I don't really expect this game to go anywhere too terribly quickly. My opponent in a weird spot where they have to Ultra Ball for like a Mewtwo EX, and then next turn they can Mega Evolve it, you know, just because there's too many Pokemon on the bench right now. I think ideally you do want 2 Clawlitzer here on the bench, and Octillery is like a fine inclusion, but that's a lot of stage 1s. I think the Vulpix is where my opponent is just a little too greedy. Like, I don't think that this list can really afford to play Vulpix. And you do have the Brooklet Hills, so you are going to be able to set these things up. But, you know, oh, that was a cute little play there. Did you see that? Retreat and then Warp Energy. And they'll probably beacon for the Mega Mewtwo. I just think that, you know, you need to have bench space for 2 attackers. You can't just have this turn, you know, being, you know, where you have to rebuild up an attacker. You definitely have to have a good mix of attackers and support Pokemon on your field, and at any point in time, if you get that kind of lopsided, it can be like devastating for your gameplay here. As you kind of see what's going on with me on my side of the field, my opponent's got 2 of my choice bands in the discard pile. I would like to knock out that Mega Mewtwo. You can see here I'm probably going to go for the trade. Let's see, let's trade our stand-in Zoroark for 2 cards, see what we get. Do we get a choice band? Not yet. Let's trade one more time. I do have an N. I'm being a little greedy right now, going for it, but I really want that knockout, and we got it, so that is sweet. Let's go ahead and choice band. We'll attach another water energy and just Guzma up this thing. The reason I attached another water energy is just so that next turn I could just find that double colorless energy and fire off another Blizzard Edge if I need to. So that was super good, very cool. Was able to get that Mewtwo taken care of, and now you can just see I'm in a commanding position. Should have no problem being able to close this game out here. My opponent's got no backup attackers. They could attack me with a Lele or something like that. But you guys are getting to see just how awesome this Zoroark GX, that trade ability, it makes this Ninetales deck just much more aggressive. I do really like that. Having more options as far as Guzma, as far as reaching for resources that you didn't have previously. I really like that. I like that I don't have to necessarily whittle my hand down first like you had to do with Octillery. And just the fact that Zoroark GX is just a nice little secondary attacker to have in your back pocket as well. So that is super cool. My opponent probably does not want any more shenanigans with the Guzma. They're going to end me themselves. And lucky for my opponent, I'm actually out of Guzma. I only play 3 in this list right now, so I don't have that option available to me. But I should be okay. I can definitely just Ice Blade a Vulpix or something. Or that Octillery. Talk about pesky. I can Ice Blade that Octillery. So I'll knock that out. And then, the following turn, just figure it out from there. But if my opponent comes up and knocks out, ew, that would be gross. I don't really want that. I'm not trying to churn through my deck too terribly much. There's not really a lot that I need. I only got, there's 10 damage on that Mewtwo EX. I would like to have a little bit more. Maybe if I have a Kukui left. I do have 1 Kukui in deck, I think. So I could potentially get the knockout with Blizzard Edge, Kukui, and Choice Band if I'm able to get all of that together. So let's just go ahead and we're going to Ice Blade the Octillery. And then next turn I could just Ice Blade the Vulpix. Duh. So that's cool. I can Ice Blade Vulpix for game. We got a Choice Band right there too, though. So I've got options. I don't think that there's any way. If my opponent takes the knockout on this Ninetales, I mean, I would be pretty upset. That would be pretty bad. I think I should have 1 more Ninetales left, though. And I do have a DCE left, so I can win the game then if I do have 1 more Ninetales GX left, unless it's literally my last prize. Not going to lie, I haven't been checking. So let's see. They got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Oh, boy. They've got a lot. They might get it. I don't know. I haven't actually paid attention if they used both their Clawlitzers yet. Yikes. I've been talking this whole time. Let's wait and see. They've got Guzma. Oh, they're not taking out the Ninetales. Then they can't win. They're going to Guzma something up. Let's see. Who are they going to knock out? They can knock out the Espeon. Can they knock out the Zoroark GX right now? No. 3, 6, 9, 12. They're just going for the 2-shot. Going for the old 2-shot. So at this point, I just need to retreat my Zoroark, and I should be able to win. So let's just see if we could trade here. See if we can find that double colorless energy. There we go. So we got that, and we could just go ahead and retreat into Ninetales GX and Ice Blade the Vulpix for game. So good game to my opponent, Mr. Mutation. Thank you for showing us at least a very cool deck. Reminds me of the first version of Mega Mewtwo that I bought. Anyways, thank you all for watching the video. Thank you all for, for just being here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think of Ninetales GX. Let me know what you guys think of Mega Mewtwo. That deck seems, it might be a little past its prime now, especially with with Gardevoir GX in format. But also let me know, what Crimson Invasion decks are you guys excited to see in action? I know I'm going to be sleeving up Buzzwole. I'm going to be getting my digital version of Buzzwole together as soon as possible so I can start getting that deck going for you guys. Maybe putting Kartana in some metal decks as well. Also just some other random Garbodor decks that Kartana might be good in. So thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm excited to start getting some Crimson Invasion games in. Take it easy. Peace.